Welcome back my YouTube channel Old Coin Zee Collection. Today we have a super exciting coin to talk about. This coin 1973 Jefferson Nickel. We're going to dive into its history, what makes it special, and yes, we'll even talk about how a single 1973 Jefferson Nickel could be worth up to $2 million. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know everything about this coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out. Let's start by looking back at the history of the Jefferson Nickel. This iconic coin has been part of American currency since 1938, honoring President Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. Designed by Felix Schlag, the obverse features Jefferson's portrait, while the reverse shows his home, Monticello, which has been a symbol of American heritage. Now, we're talking about the 1973 version of this nickel. In 1973, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these nickels, and they were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. But what makes the 1973 coin potentially worth millions? Let's break that down. Like most coins, the 1973 Jefferson Nickel was made of a combination of 75% copper and 25% nickel. However, it was the unexpected mistakes in some of these coins that have made them highly sought after by collectors. Now, not every 1973 Jefferson Nickel is worth a fortune, but a few rare errors, like the famous double die or the off-center error, have caused some of these coins to skyrocket in value. For example, if a 1973 Jefferson Nickel features a double die, it means that the die used to strike the coin was misaligned during the minting process, causing the design to appear doubled. These coins are rarer, and their value can increase significantly. Additionally, an off-center strike means that the coin was not properly aligned when it was struck, leaving part of the design missing or partially cut off. These are some of the most valuable error coins, and they can bring thousands, or even millions, depending on their rarity. Now, let's talk about the big question. What makes a 1973 Jefferson Nickel worth $2 million? You might be wondering if I'm exaggerating, but in certain cases, I'm not. In 2018, a rare 1973 Jefferson Nickel with an error, specifically a double die, sold for a jaw-dropping $2 million at auction. This wasn't just any double die error though. It was incredibly well preserved, and its uniqueness drew collectors from all over the world. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your 1973 Jefferson Nickel is worth that much? There are a few things to look for. Coin grading is a critical part of understanding a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins with high grades in error categories like these can become incredibly valuable. Now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about how to identify whether your 1973 Jefferson Nickel is one of those rare gems. This is where a magnifying glass or even a loupe comes in handy. First, look at the key areas for error. Start with the date and the mint mark. The mint mark is located on the reverse of the coin, just to the right of Monticello. If you see any distortions around the mint mark or the date, it could be a sign of a minting error. Next, examine the lettering. As we discussed, the double die error will show extra layers or misalignments in the words like Liberty or In God We Trust. These subtle errors can make a huge difference. Lastly, look at the overall condition. Even if there's no visible error, a well-preserved coin can be valuable. Coins that have been stored properly over the years, away from harsh elements, are often in much better condition than those that were used in circulation. So, let's say you found a 1973 Jefferson Nickel with some errors. Where can you sell it? And how do you make sure you're getting the right price? Well, there are a few options. First, you can take it to a reputable coin dealer who specializes in rare U.S. coins. A dealer can give you an estimate and might even offer to buy the coin directly from you. Alternatively, you can sell it through an online auction site like eBay. But make sure you include high-quality photos of the coin and details of any errors you find. If your coin is extremely rare, consider submitting it for professional grading through services like NGC or PCGS. A professionally graded coin often fetches a higher price at auction, and buyers are more confident about its authenticity. So, there you have it, folks. Everything you need to know about the 1973 Jefferson Nickel, its history, and how it can be worth $2 million in the right condition. Before we wrap up, Let me know in the comments if you've ever come across any rare coins or if you have any Jefferson Nickels in your collection. Have you ever seen an era coin that blew your mind? I'd love to hear about it. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of old coins. Stay tuned for more videos where we uncover hidden treasures from the past. Until next time, happy collecting.